Memorial Day is a very meaningful holiday in the United States. It is a chance for citizens to honor the military men and women who've died while serving in the United States Armed Forces. The holiday originated during the Civil War. Numerous places around the country claimed to have been the first to decorate soldiers' graves. The first official recognition, however, was on May 5, 1868, when the Grand Army of the Republic established Decoration Day, as a time to place flowers on the graves of soldiers killed during the Civil War. It wasn't until after World War I when the day was expanded to honor those who have died in all wars in which Americans have died. From 1868 to 1971, the event was held on May 30th. It was in 1971 that Memorial Day was declared a national holiday of the United States Congress, and is now celebrated on the last Monday of May each year. The Kennesaw City Cemetery has 4 soldiers buried here, who were killed while fighting in war. There is 1 from World War I, 2 from World War II, and 1 from the Korean War. Today, we would like to honor them by telling what we know of their story. The first person I want to tell you about is John Hyman Thomas. He was known as Hyman and was born May 12, 1898, here in Kennesaw. His father worked for a railroad and he moved several times. The family was found in 1900 census living in Vinings, and of 1910 census living in Claytorsville. When Thomas was old enough, he became a telegraph operator in Atlanta. One of his younger brothers, Joseph, enlisted in the Marines in March of 1917. Thomas then enlisted in the Marines as well on April 24, 1917, about 2 weeks after the United States entered the First World War. He spent time training at Parris Island in South Carolina and at Quantico, Virginia, before being shipped to France in October. Thomas's unit participated in several of the major battles over the next 9 months. On July 18th of 1918, he was killed by a sniper while stringing a communications wire. According to the Cobb County Times newspaper, the residents of Kennesaw first knew out about his death on October 21st. The War Department evidently did not confirm his death until February of the following year. On Mother's Day, May 11th, 1918, there was a ceremony at a local Methodist church downtown to honor the memory of Thomas, along with 2 other local soldiers who had died in the war. In May of 1921, John Hyman Thomas's body was returned to Kennesaw and laid to rest here next to his mother, S.E. Roberts Thomas, who passed away from pneumonia a couple months before his death in 1918. Doyle Faulkner was originally from Hall County, and he attended school in Louisville, Georgia. According to the 1940 census, he was working as a carpenter for the Works Progress Administration prior to joining the Army in February of 1941, before the United States entered World War II. Faulkner received his basic training at Fort Benning, Georgia, and Fort Bliss, Texas. He went overseas in May of 1943 and served as part of the 92nd Chemical Mortar Battalion in North Africa, Sicily, Italy, France, and Germany. Doyle Faulkner was killed while serving in Germany on March 21, 1945. Edgar Long was born October 7, 1921. He served in the U.S. Army in the 363rd Infantry Regiment of the 91st Infantry Division as a private first class during World War II. He died from an artillery shell explosion on October 16, 1944. It was during a battle in the area of Panzala, northeast of Florence, Italy. Edgar Long's name is one of 436 soldiers that can be found on a monument north of the city. It was erected to honor men of the 363rd Infantry Regiment who were killed while fighting in the area. Ernest Wayne Leonard was born March 21, 1928. He graduated from high school in Kennesaw during 1947. According to local historian Joe Bozeman, he was an incredible baseball player and might have been able to make a career out of it. He did go to work for the Fisher Body Division of General Motors in Atlanta. Leonard was one of the first 10 young men from Cobb County who drafted into the Army for the war in Korea. He was inducted on September 19, 1950, and sent to Fort Jackson in Columbia, South Carolina for basic training. During April of 1951, when it completed a leadership course conducted by the Specialist Training Division of the 8th Infantry Division at Fort Jackson. Soon afterwards, he was sent to Korea. Leonard was part of the 38th Infantry Regiment of the 2nd Infantry Division. On July 29, 1951, he was killed when the North Korean Army attacked his position while he was setting up his machine gun in the Battle of Tesuan Hill. This battle was on the western edge of what came to be known as the Punch Bowl. Services for Ernest Wayne Leonard were held on December 14, 1951, at the Kennesaw Methodist Church downtown. Soldiers from Fort McPherson served as pallbearers, and full military honors were performed at his gravesite. The original sanctuary building that is currently standing at First Baptist Church downtown was dedicated in his memory. John Hyman Thomas, Doyle Faulkner, Edgar Long, and Ernest Wayne Leonard. May you always be remembered for making the supreme sacrifice, fighting for your country. We thank you, along with the other veterans buried here in the Kennesaw City Cemetery, for your dedication in fighting for freedoms which we all enjoy today. In closing, I'd like to read a short poem titled The Ultimate Sacrifice by Joanna Fuchs. We set aside Memorial Day each and every year to honor those who gave their lives, defending what we hold dear. And all the dark and deadly wars, their graves prove and remind us of how brave Americans gave their all, but danger far behind us. They made the ultimate sacrifice fighting the American way. We admire them and respect them on every Memorial Day.